Hey, what's up, everybody? If you're a parent out there and you've got a kid who's striving to be a professional athlete and become a superstar, but you don't know how to help them as much as you think you could, I'd love to help you. My name is Tokiri. I'm the owner of Māori Motivation. We are an apparel company whose profits go towards breaking down barriers for young aspiring athletes. And I'm also a father. My son, he's on his own journey. He's trying to become the world #1 tennis player. And I just wanted to put a little video series together to help you and share everything that we've learned along the way while we're chasing down this big goal. And hopefully it adds some value to your lives and benefits your kid heaps as well. One thing that I want to talk about today is how do you come back from a loss? And so the thing about kids chasing sports is they're very emotional, especially when they lose. Like, a lot of people can't handle their loss. So how do we come back from that? Like, especially if your kid's losing his game week in, week out. How do we come back from that where they don't get upset as much, where they learn how to grow in the sport, how they learn how to grow and become an adult? What are some of the things that we can do as parents to help them? When my son was losing consistently, and he used to lose week in, week out, he used to dread the drive home, and he used to try and avoid my car and jump in with his mother. But I'd say, no, come on, and that was probably because I was always hammering him on what was wrong with the game, and I admit that, I take responsibility for that. I shouldn't have done that, but at the same time, that was all I knew. I'd just be like, oh, you done this wrong, you done that wrong, you done that wrong, why are you doing this, why are you doing that, and he just used to sit there with his sulky face on and not talk the whole way home. And since then, I've definitely grown as a man and as a father, and now we do things a little bit different. We do them a lot better now, and I'd love to share that experience with you guys. One thing that we do now is every time he loses, we do a process. We have a routine that we go through after every game, and it's just a simple review of the game. Okay, so what happened? How did you feel? What was training like the week before? What mistakes were you making during the game? What good things did you do? And then we'll be so solution focused on trying to fix any issue that he had, or at least bring in awareness to it, instead of just brushing it off and forgetting about it. One thing that we don't do is we don't say, all right, forget about that game, move on. No, every game that they play, there's a lesson there to learn. And there's a lesson there for us parents as well. And I try and find those lessons. He tries and finds those lessons now, and he tries to implement them throughout the next week of training. And what's happening is on that, he also has a routine. Like, instead of, like, one thing that we used to do after each game was like, oh, you lost, so let's go have dinner, and we'd go and eat some McDonald's or something like that, which was not the best thing to be doing, but what it was doing at the time, it was almost like filling an emotional void that was there. So we'd take our minds off the game and then put it on comfort food, and if that makes sense. And that was something that we used to do all the time, and which at the end of the day, it had zero benefit to him in the long run. And we knew that, but I knew that I had to cut that. So I stopped doing that, and what we do now is, if he's on a diet, which most of the time he's on an eating plan, we focus so hard on sticking to that after that game. So if he's had a loss, instead of celebrating the loss with bad food, what we do is we hone in on the routine that he's got, which is, let's get home, let's get some dinner in you, and then we'll review the game, and then we show up the next day. So we review the game, and then we turn up the next day with the best intentions, the best attitude, ways to improve, and that seems to be working for us. So if you think that can help you, I'd love for you to try that out. If you've got anyone out there who you think can benefit from this information, please share it with them. I'd love to help them any way that we can with our journey. So cheers.